This is my newest media player. It is a Real Vision 4K dual Dune HD media player. This particular drive supports two 3.5-inch hard drives. I will be using two 16 terabyte Seagate hard drives into this device. I mainly purchased it for a file server, so we will find out if indeed it is a good file server. Later in the video, I will explain what it means to be a file server. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what we have. It comes with a 12-volt, 5-amp power adapter. It comes with 4 different power connectors. This is the US connector, another connector. So it comes with 4 different connectors for that power supply. This is the American connector connected into the power supply. It comes with a set of keys for the hard drive bay. It comes with 2 sets of screws, one for the 3.5-inch hard drive and one for a 2.5-inch hard drive. It comes with a premium HDMI certified cable. It comes with 2 Wi-Fi antennas. Here is a nice little surprise. This is the connectors for the AV port, which plugs into an older TV. This would be the video and the stereo. So that's for the old style TV. So that's amazing for this device. It comes with an infrared extender. Now this is the included remote. Now this is an infrared. I'm not sure if it's combination infrared and Bluetooth, so that I'm not positive yet. But it's a fairly simple remote, lightweight, plastic, and that's about all I can say about it. But it's not a great remote, but it'll work. It also comes with the batteries for it. So I am very impressed with the build quality. And again, I purchased it for the 2 drive bays, so I want to use it as a file server. So hopefully this will work out as I purchased it for. Let's go connect it to the TV and see what it does. Okay, as soon as I powered it on, there is a firmware update. And also when I first started this device, I did not film it, but the remote is a Bluetooth remote, and it paired it right off the bat without having to push any buttons on the remote at all. It automatically paired it, found it and paired it. Okay, let's go ahead and install this firmware update. Okay, this is the second firmware update that it found. So I'm gonna go ahead and install this one. So this is the second firmware on this boot up. And there's the screen, so I'll go ahead and launch the upgrade. Now I'm hooked to my gigabit Ethernet, so that's where it's using it, Ethernet, not Wi-Fi. This is the screen where it's indexing my Blu-ray movies. I'm sure some of you sharp-eyed individuals noticed that I misspelled moves, M-O-I-V-E-S. So anyway, just to point that out, that yes, indeed, I did misspell it. It's been that way for a long, long time, and it will remain that way. Okay, this is a boot up screen after I just did a firmware update. And we'll see if we notice any differences. With this update, which brought it from about 6 months ago to the current one, it's a completely different interface. Now this one is totally acceptable. The other one was really lacking. So we'll go ahead and go through some of this. There's 2 reasons that I purchased this device. It has been said with the Realtek system on the chip gives you the best video quality available. So I will be testing that video quality out. Second reason, and probably the primary reason I purchased this device, because it has 2 3.5-inch hard drive bays. So that's what I want. Each one of these hard drives is 16 terabytes. So that means that by using this device as a file server, I can access all the media that's stored on this device from anywhere on my network. So that's what a file server does. It serves up all my files that I have stored on those 2 hard drives that are inside that form factor device. Now let's take a quick look at the interface. Under this setting, what you see may not necessarily be your media. It could be coming from any one of these: Netflix, YouTube, Tubi, Pluto, or Netflix Free. It could be coming from those. Now these are my videos. Now most of these, or some of these, are in Adobe Vision. Several of them are. And this device should be playing them perfectly. And that's what I will be testing. How does it perform compared to the other devices I have for its video quality? Then you go to TV series, same thing. All, that covers everything. But when you go here, that is strictly my media. These are my TV recordings. So that's what you see right here. Those are my TV recordings. For instance, Ed Sullivan Show, description, seasons, cast, crew, similar. And of course, we don't want to forget Laverne and Shirley. Description, seasons, cast, etc. Next, under headings, you have TV. Now there I've got my HD Home Run app running. Now one thing it did, it locked up on me. I could not get it out of that when it was playing, so I had to power the box off and power it back on. Applications, you have Dune applications and you have Android applications. This gives you the Android interface. And that's it right there. Now, I do not use these and will not use them because they do not perform very well. You're better off getting a $20 device that is a internet streaming box. This device is not for internet streaming. This is the Google Play Store, and it's a standard Play Store. However, again, I do not recommend using this device for these streaming apps. They do not perform very well. Now, sources, this is where you find all your networked devices. So I have a lot of hard drives connected to different devices, and this is what finds them right here, network places. So that finds all your devices so you can add them to your media. And these are your basic Dune settings. Let's take a look at video. A gentleman on the AVS forum showed me which one of these selections to make. And I chose Adobe VS10 engine for HDR. That's the one he told me to select. And that gives me a fantastic picture. Your audio setting. Now I like to use the original bitstream because my Yamaha receiver supports all the audio codecs. So I bitstream all the codecs from this device to my receiver. My collection is where you go to gather your media. This is just some of my media that I have stored on different hard drives throughout my network. And I have a lot more than this. There's one other thing that this device can do. It can play the ISO formatted videos, and that gives you all the menus that you would have on a disk that was in a drive. Now here's the menu for Back to the Future 2. So that's that menu system. Okay, let's test some Adobe Vision videos and see how they play on this device. Okay, if you looked on the left-hand side, that's the stats for nerds from my Vizio TV, and it's showing 2160p at 24 frames per second, and it is Adobe Vision. And the picture quality is fantastic. Obviously, I'm recording in 1080p, so the quality will not show on this video, but looking at it on the TV is absolutely fantastic. Okay, now we're going to test Adobe True HD. Now I will have to tell you what's showing on my Yamaha receiver. My receiver is showing DTHD, Adobe True HD. It's supposed to be playing lossless Atmos, but I do not show the Atmos on my AVR receiver. All I show is True HD. Okay, now let's test the DTS-HDMA. And my receiver is showing DTS-HDMA, master audio. My receiver is showing DTS-X master audio. So it's DTS-X, so it does play that codec. Here's another Adobe Vision. Left-hand side is standard DR on the right-hand side, HDR on the right-hand side. There's clearly a major difference in them, but you can't see it from my recording. This is for the video file that wants perfect playback quality. For me, the dual drive bay that holds two 16 terabyte drives is what I was looking for. So that is my file server. So I have 32 terabytes of storage on that device. But in reality, there's no such thing as 16 terabyte. It cuts down to about a little over 14 terabytes per drive. So I have about 30 terabytes of storage. So would I buy it as a media player? No. Personally, no, I would not. Getting it as a 2-bay hard drive, absolutely. I needed that or wanted that. So then the question is, will I ever use it other than a file server? Probably not. I will use it occasionally when I want to watch a specific UHD video that I acquired, but other than that, probably not. As you can see from these screenshots, those two hard drives show up under my Windows Explorer. So that means that I can find my hard drives running on that device anywhere on my network. Fantastic.